Hi, this is Dick. And before we get into this week's CleanCast, I'm excited to announce a new training program that we've developed for supervisors. It consists of 12 lessons, 6 DVDs, complete with exercises that help the learning process, and discussion questions at the end of each lesson to assist also in the learning process. I'll be leading each session, which help the participants better understand the subject matter rather than just watching a video. Companies can use it in a group session or a one-on-one session for that new supervisor that you just brought on board. Most sessions are about an hour, but each company has the flexibility to stop the DVD and interject anything from their company that they want to make sure that their supervisors are able to comprehend from what they want. As management, you can choose how long you want them to be, but most of them, if you just follow the format, it'll be about an hour. Now the good part. This 6 DVD, 12 lesson set will be available about March the 1st, and everyone will have an opportunity at that time to purchase it for the regular price of $239 for the 6 DVDs. But if you pre-order from our website at consultantsinCleaning.com, you get a special introductory price of only $189. If you place the advance order, you'll get all 6 of the DVDs, all 12 lessons, me personally conducting the lessons, and that's about $15 a session. Even if you paid full price, it's about $20 a session. So I want you to order today, get the special pricing, because on March 1, the website will reflect to $239. Now, on to our CleanCast. Welcome to our CleanCast today. Thanks for joining us. We're happy to have you here. I want to talk today about garbage. Garbage in your mind. If someone came into your home and had a big pail of garbage, and you see these jokes sometimes about the vacuum cleaner salesman that comes and throws a bunch of dirt and stuff on the floor and says vacuum it up, and then of course you just happen to have no electricity. But anyway, if they came in and dumped a bunch of garbage on the floor, there'd probably be some problems, wouldn't there? One of the 3 things would probably happen. You'd either whip that person physically, or you'd call the police and have them arrested, or you go get your gun. And I don't want to get into problems here with guns, but there's somebody opens your door, you open the door, and somebody throws a bunch of garbage. It's kind of aggravating, isn't it? As a matter of fact, they would probably do it so well that there wouldn't be a trace of garbage left. If they, by that I mean do it so well, they would pick it up because you'd have a gun at them, or the police would be there, or something would be going on, and they would pick it up so well that there wouldn't be any trace that there was ever any garbage there. So probably you would tell everybody that that this guy came by or this gal came by and threw a bunch of garbage in my living room, and by golly, there was no trace left when they got through because I made sure that they picked it all up. So we talk about garbage that way, and we talk about garbage in the back, but what about the garbage that people dump in your mind? What do you do to that? What do you do to people who dump garbage in your mind? We talked about somebody coming in and dumping garbage in your floor, and what you make, by golly, you're going to pick that up, you're going to clean that up. And they do, as I said earlier, and you talk about it. But what do you do when somebody dumps garbage in your mind? How do you respond to those people that come along and tell all the things that are bad in this world, bad about you, or try to build a ceiling over your capabilities? I can remember when I told some friends of ours that we were going to start our own business way back in the 70s. They thought I was nuts. I had 3 young children. I just got over quite an extensive battle with cancer, and I was in remission. They said, "You got to be crazy." But they kept telling me about that for I don't know how long. And we were successfully able to build a business. But how do you respond to that? People say unkind things. And golly, we're really living in a society now where everybody's talking about unkind things about other people. And I'm not only talking about politics. You know, we just ended a quite brutal political season, election season, and getting ready to go into a new administration. And we've heard a lot of good things and a lot of bad things by a lot of different people, haven't we? So when all of this happens in your mind, what do you think about? How do you respond to people who say unkind things about your community, about the United States, your family, or your school, or your church? What do you do to those people who dump negative garbage into your mind all the time? Are you one of those that just kind of grins and bears it? That's all right. This isn't really going to hurt me. Ever said that? I don't know where they got their idea, but I'm not going to let it affect me. You see, when you say something like, it doesn't bother me for them to put garbage in my mind, you're kind of wrong, really, because if you constantly are hearing that and constantly getting that garbage dumped in your mind, unless you're very strong, very, very strong, it all of a sudden begins to take over your thinking. You know, I've always been accused by my wife and others around me that I'm like a salmon. I'm always swimming upstream when everybody else is downstream. You know, and I remember years ago a gentleman by the name of Earl Nightingale, and some of you older people, more seasoned people watching this or listening to this may remember Earl Nightingale. He had an every morning 5-minute or 10-minute program on the radio. But I remember one thing he said back then is, if you're going the opposite direction of everybody else, you're probably going the right way. And I never forgot that, because generally I'm going the opposite direction of everybody else. But if you continue to let people do that in your mind and don't shut them off or shut them out or get in a different environment, pretty soon you are one of them. And I want to encourage you not to be one of them. You don't need more garbage in your mind. It's one thing to get the garbage off your floor. It's another thing to get the garbage off your mind. Let's make a commitment to think positive, be around positive people. And remember, you're wonderful, but you're getting better. Thanks for joining us today. See you next time.